Welcome to Tier 1 Jank. I am Marcus and I have a deck tech for you and we'll be doing a little bit of gameplay with it. Tonight I am going to be showing you mono red planeswalkers and wizards, or as I like to call it, Mr. PaW. So the theme around this deck is going to be, as the name implies, planeswalkers and wizards. For the wizards, you're probably familiar with most of them. We have 4 copies of Get To Lava Runner. We have 2 copies of Dreadhorde Arcanist and 4 copies of Viashino Pyromancer. There's not really too much Wizards payoff in the deck other than Wizards Lightning, but these are all just really valuable red creatures, and that's mainly why they're in the deck. To help out these wizards, especially the Dreadhorde Arcanist, we have Samet Sprint. That's a 1 mana cost spell. He'll be able to play out of the graveyard when he attacks. Same thing with Shock. If you use the Samet Sprint on your Dreadhorde Arcanist, he'll be able to play spells out of the graveyards that have higher mana cost, seeing as when he attacks, he gets to play 1 that's equal to his power out of the graveyard. So of course the Samet Sprint brings his power up to 3, and you'll be able to cast any of your instants or sorceries out of the graveyard at that point. So what have I gone over? We have, as far as burn, we have 4 shocks, 4 lightning strikes, the 4 wizards lightning I mentioned, and then we have light up the stage for some card draw. And then to move along to our planeswalkers, we have 4 copies of Tybalt. He's going to come down, put 1/1 red devil creatures on the board that will deal a point of damage to anything when they die. And we have 4 copies of Saheeli. She is a really versatile card. We're going to end up getting a lot of servos off of all the instants and sorceries that we play. And we can also turn those servos into another creature that we have. If we want to make a servo and then make it a copy of a Get To Lava Runner with haste, we'll be able to swing in with that servo that turn. The other planeswalker we have is Sarkhan, the Masterless, and he's going to be able to +1 to make each planeswalker you control a 4/4 red dragon creature until the end of the turn that gains flying. And so if you already have a Saheeli or a Tybalt down from the turn before, they'll be able to attack in the turn that you put Sarkhan down. Also to note, his -3 makes a 4/4 red dragon creature, and you're also able to use Saheeli to turn your servos into a copy of the dragon if you have a servo to do that. So if you have a servo that doesn't have summoning sickness, you drop down Sarkhan, -3 him, make a 4/4 red dragon. You're going to get to go ahead and attack in with that 4/4 dragon servo the turn that you put Sarkhan down, and that's pretty cool. Hey Mitch, how you doing? I think that's pretty much it for the deck. Other than that, we have the 20 mountains as our mana base. So we're going to go ahead and jump into a couple games. Just change something right here. There we go. You know what? I'm going to change this camera for you. There we go. Home. Play. Yeah, we can do ranked. That's fine. You can't believe I'm playing mono red? I mean, I play everything, and I want to try to show a variety of decks on the channel. This isn't my favorite deck to play in paper, but, you know, I'm not limited to just playing the decks that you see me play at PaW. I think this is keepable. I have played quite a bit of mono red on Arena too, just on ranked, to try to get to Mythic in previous seasons. You know, it is something that you can just grind out games quickly with. How you doing tonight, Mitch? What are you up to? Okay, so we'll be shocking that Guardian. I think. Yeah. And we will play our mountain, attack in, and play light up the stage. Yeah, I didn't run mono red and paper a lot. You know, I'll try out a couple aggro decks here and there just to mix it up, but day drinking, kind of hungover, yeah. Leslie had a spa day today. Okay, so what do we want to do here? We'll definitely attack in. I'm assuming he's going to block with this Ranger just to try to not let me get the Spectacle. Yeah. But we're going to get it anyway with this Pyromancer. And we will light up the stage. We're not going to get to play that Sarkin because we'll only have 4 mana next turn, so that's kind of disappointing. Are you coming up to PaW on Friday, Mitch? Light up the stage and light up the stage and handle lands from your hand. Yeah, did I play the land, not the one? Yeah. Sometimes I'll do that, not thinking about it. Alright, so what do we got here? What do you do? Gain 4 life, it looks like. We got 4 mana. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Civil. We can no longer gain life upon it. We are going to shock this knight and swing in for 2. How's the job been going? You enjoying it there? Alright, we are flooding out here.
My friend is here to help your pain.
We could get settled here, but I think we just take that chance. Okay. Yeah. Oh no, we're getting countered here. Did you apply up at PaW? I saw they had put up a post that they were hiring now. I know you said you were wanting to get in there. Oh, this is not looking good. Well, you can't gain life from the lifelink at least. We're lava runner. We're drawing way too many lands. Oh, you didn't see that? Yeah. You know, just go to their Facebook, and I think they have a link to it on there. Chris might have posted something too. Alright, we just hold back for now. Yeah, I was thinking about it too. I know you said you wanted to get in there too, so let me make sure you knew about that. Not sure what our opponent's doing here. This is really not a good matchup for us. Come on, opponent. Got all the mana in the world, 3 cards, your head on board. What are you doing? Just eating up the timer. Yeah, too many lands for me, definitely. I mean, I would have been okay with 5 if I hit Sarkin, but we haven't pulled him and we just keep pulling lands. I don't even have a Tormenting Voice to discard lands to in this list. I've been trying a couple different lists. That was in one of them. I'm not sure if our opponent disconnected. We might just win by default here if they time out. It does happen from time to time. So we'll see what's going on here. They are down to 1 timeout left. And then once that happens, they will automatically pass through their turn. If they time out again after that, they will forfeit. Yeah, I don't really do too much on this map. Okay, yeah, opponent passed through his turn there. So we just play our land that we drew again. And then it is passing to our combat phase now. Our opponent has priority, so his timer is running down. And you can see his fuse timer up now. Once that runs out, I believe he'll forfeit. Probably a disconnect here, which is unfortunate for him since he was in a better position here. If you hit him twice, they shake more. Oh, I think that was the same. Oh, okay, he raised his wing. Alright, well, I'm guessing that was a disconnect there. We will take our win. I think last time I showed on rank, we were probably at Platinum Tier 3 or something like that. I have been playing a bit since then, so you can see I got up to Diamond Tier 2. There's a few more days left in the season, and I would like to make Mythic again before the season ends. Been kind of been having my ups and downs on there. I actually went up like a whole few tier levels with this deck the other night. Winning almost entirely all my games. And then the next day I did horribly with it and went down a couple tiers. So it's just really, there's a lot of variance going on. Awesome Nam is our opponent here. Okay, I think this is keepable. Our opponent's going first. Would have liked to have had a shock. We might be facing a control deck here. That is not what we'd like to see. Yeah, it looks like maybe Esper control. We're getting Thought Erasure. This is an especially bad matchup for us, I think. Not sure what he's going to end up taking here. I guess it really depends on what he has in his hand. He takes the Dreadhorde Arcanist. I'm okay with that. I don't even have a spell in my hand right now that I was going to be able to play with out of the graveyard with him. We'll go ahead and get down this Pyromancer. Deal 2 to our opponent. We'll see what we see from our opponent here. Okay, he's going to Moment of Craving, get his 2 life back. And that's part of the reason why this is a bad match for us. I think we got no instants or sorcerers in the graveyard. I could Lightning Strike our opponent here, but we'll see if he throws down a Planeswalker that we need to aim the damage at. He's going to cry the Carnarium. I will use the Wizard's Lightning now before it costs more. I'm saving this lightning strike just in case he's, you know, happens to play a hero or something. I don't think he's on that plan, but or a Thief of Sanity. I really don't want to get hit by a Thief of Sanity after I've dropped my last burn spell. Okay, 2, 3, we'll pay 3. Yeah, we'll just pay full price for this. Okay, that's fine. We'll shock our opponent on their end step. They have 4 in the graveyard now. They just dropped a Narset in the graveyard, which leads me to believe they probably have one in their hand. We might see a counter for this Tibble. I'd like to play Saheeli this turn, but Tibble will go away if I don't play him, so we'll go ahead and do that. I'm okay with him getting countered, which he didn't happen. So if we can eat a counter out of his hand. Okay, he's gonna get contempted. I don't like my opponent gaining life, but I'd rather be Tibble getting contempted than Saheeli or Sarkhan. Of course, he does know that we have the 2 Sarkhans in our hand, so he must have some kind of contingency for that. There's a 3rd Sarkhan. I would have much rather drew a land this turn.
If it's a challenge you want, then a challenge you'll get.
I mean, at least once we do draw that 5 land, we're just going to be able to play Sarkhan after Sarkhan after Sarkhan, and we may have more Sarkhans than our opponent has answers. I'm guessing this will be countered. We'll still get a servo out of it. Okay, it did not get countered. I am going to go ahead and make a dragon. And he is going to kill Sarkhan. That's okay though, we got the 2 other Sarkhans. I was kind of expecting... Okay, now he's taking out the servo preemptively before I'm able to turn it into a dragon. What he probably should have done there was wait until I targeted the servo with Saheeli, and then I still would have lost the counters on Saheeli and the servo as well, so... I think that was maybe a misplay. It might not matter that much, but okay, let's play the other side then. Actually, we don't want to target this turn anyway because it has summoning sickness, but we will. Well, let's see. Do we want to make a dragon, or do we want to attack with Saheeli? I think we actually want to make a dragon. What are you saying makes sense, Leslie? Make dragon in case it gets rid of it, yeah. And now we're gonna have to sack both of these creatures, probably.
Your corpse will volunteer.
I mean, I can easily kill Liliana after that because we're gonna be able to turn both of these planeswalkers into creatures. I could also just lightning strike Liliana. I think we actually do that. Okay, so we're gonna make them both into creatures. We're going to attack face. We are going to kill Liliana. That's going to give us a servo. And we will play another Tibalt. And we do. And I don't think that our opponent is going to have enough answers Although he does have his Kanta out now, so he's gonna get to dig for an extra answer every turn. So maybe, I don't know, we're just gonna have to try to win the race here. He wasn't, yeah, he just concedes there. He wasn't gonna be able to get enough out quick enough to stop us. So 2 for 2. I know the one wasn't really a real win. We'll go ahead and jump into another one here. See, there's a few people watching. Let me know what you think. And please, if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you really want to help, we have a link to our Patreon on our banner. This is a lot of land in this hand, but I do also have a Sarkhan, so that's why I kept it. I got a couple spells I can play, and almost enough land for Sarkhan. I didn't mean you, Leslie. Alright, so Pyromancer. And looks like we have another Esper deck we're facing. We get Thought Erasured. He's got Burn and Sarkhan to choose from, so he might just take Sarkhan, especially since we have the lands coming up. Unless he knows he has the counter for it. He might just want to get rid of one of our lightning strikes. Looks like he's surveilling now. Okay, so he did get rid of one of the lightning strikes. Yeah, I believe Mitch said he was going to that one. Okay, so he is tapped out. We could burn him now. I think we'll just wait. We might see, I don't know if Esper's running, I think Esper's running a little too fairy now. We're not going to see that though. Okay, so let's shock our opponent. He needs that. And we'll swing for 2. We get cast down. Okay, so I'm gonna lightning strike while his blue mana's tapped. We get Sarkhan next turn, he'll most likely be countered. Our opponent is, looks like they're hurting for mana over here. Although, you know, they do only have the 1 blue, they might not be able to counter right now, but he does Thought Erasure to get the Sarkhan out of my hand. So we're not looking like we're in a great spot right now. We're down to 1 shock. Our opponent has a whole grip of cards over here. They finally got another land. It's not a blue source though. Okay, there's the Teferi. He's only going to be able.
Sorry, I'm late.
Oh no, he could down tick if he wanted. I think it's up to.
That's more like
Yeah, so he draws. That leaves it to where we can shock him now though. Question is, do we want to do that or do we want to shock our opponent so we can get light ups of the stage for 1? I think that's actually what I want to do. So we're going to shock our opponent. We're going to light up the stage. We get Lava Runner, Salmon Sprint. We will keep that lightning strike on top. We will swing to face, putting our opponent down to 5, and we'll play the mountain that our opponent already knows about. Our opponent could have a whole lot of answers here. They could easily, you know, just have Moment of Craving that would take out our Lava Runner and gain them life. They could have, I guess I could only have like a negate or a Dovin's veto for this lightning strike. Okay, he has a Kaya's Wrath at instant speed since he used the +1 from Little to Fairy. I'm gonna go ahead and lightning strike him now while he's tapped out. Down to 2. He's only able to plus this turn with the Fairy.
I'll protect you.
And we'll see if we draw any gas this turn. Okay, I'm kind of curious if our opponent doesn't have a counter spell in his hand since he played that, oh, he couldn't pay the 2 for it because I would have killed him. Oh, he stopped on our upkeep and played Thought Erasure before we had a chance to do anything. That was really slick. Since he could play his Thought Erasure at instant speed. Unless we had an instant, we weren't going to be able to play anything that we drew. He's going to gain 3 life off that. That's not what we wanted. End of draw step, not upkeep.
I've got it.
No, it couldn't have been the end of the draw step because... Oh yeah, you're right, because I drew the card. Yeah, okay, Eric. Thanks for joining us, by the way. Okay, he's got no blue mana right now, so I'm going to go ahead and shock him. I know Teferi is going to... Yeah, I drew the card, you're right. Let's see, he's going to draw a card with Teferi. I'm honestly surprised that we haven't lost this game already. I mean, our opponent is just way ahead of us on cards and everything. We're able to get him down to 2. And, okay, what did he do? Oh, he bounced his Oath of Teferi back to his hand so he could gain more life. Okay, now we got Tybalt. He might have a counter. He won't be able to gain life anymore while we have this on the field, at least.
Something more. The messy.
Hey, Eric, are you not? I take it you're not doing a stream tonight. Are you not doing the like Monday through Thursday thing yet? There's no instant speed discard. That's why. Yeah, right. Well, now there is instant speed discard. All right, what are you doing, opponent? Play a land. We get big Teferi now. He might -3 on Tybalt just so they're able to gain life again. Yeah.
You need to take a timeout.
And I mean, I think we're pretty done at this point. We're able to get back up to 6. We're just not gonna draw the gas that we need to make it through this, I don't think. We really can't attack their planeswalkers, even though I would love to get rid of Teferi here because they're just gonna gain life from the Oath. So I'm just gonna attack him. Yeah, I really, Leslie really likes Olive Garden, and I've never been impressed with the one that we have by my house here. And she didn't like it either, but she really liked the one that used to be where she lived in Indiana. But I've never really liked Olive
I
Garden.
have a plan. No time for a break.
Streaming tomorrow, yeah. Do you know what you're going to be streaming tomorrow? I noticed you didn't take the Kokari video down, by the way, at least the last time I checked. Let's see what we got going. Another Teferi.
Right on schedule.
Probably bounces Oath back to his hand and gain 3 more life again.
Here we go.
you're joking about what? What am I doing? Oh, point of damage. Oh, let's get a little Teferi. Get rid of a little Teferi then. Light up the stage and 2 lightning strikes. Yeah, that would have helped. Well, this mountain's definitely not what I needed. I swear there's only 20 mountains in the deck. Current votes hold. We got red deck and Grixis tomorrow. If the current votes hold.
Keep up the pace.
Let's today's. I didn't think we voted for stuff during the week. What voting is that?
Those who cannot perceive hone your prowess.
Are you doing like subscriber decks again? By the way, if anybody's watching that doesn't know, I'm talking to Sideboard MTG there. That's Eric. He has a YouTube channel. It's a lot bigger than mine. I suggest you check it out. Just click on his name there in the chat.
This will be devilishly
Oh, well, Tybalt didn't get countered. I'm wondering if they're running any counters in the main.
painfully sloppy.
Some of the other ones I've seen have been running Dovu's Veto, but we haven't got any counters. They might just not be running any counters in the main board. You know, with the other decks, you know, playing a little Teferi and things like that, counters just become dead cards in your hand.
Perfection is
Made a
unattainable,
community
so
post on
stop
YouTube
trying.
saying I was at the dinner and asked what people wanted to see for a makeup stream. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, I wanted to ask you that community post thing. I know, like when you just like write out a message on YouTube, I've seen you do that a few times. I'm not sure how to do that. Is that something that you have to like be bigger to do, or is that just like somewhere on
Thoughtfulness before
the creating content on YouTube that I haven't seen? Because I didn't see an option anywhere just to like put out a text message like that on YouTube. Oh no, the Elder Spell. Oh, he killed both of his planeswalkers and mine to put Teferi at 9 so he could get the Teferi emblem. That was just mean.
Join my
Wow.
cause.
This is hardly my
My
worst
purchase
defeat.
Dragons from all YouTube become unlocked based on views and subs. Okay, I thought it might have been something like that. I wasn't sure if I just hadn't got to it yet or what. So once I have like more views and subs, I'll be able to make those text posts like you were doing.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Thanks, Leslie.
Every day is a new lesson.
You know, Mitch, I think the reason that they don't play the counters main board now, ever since War of the Spark came out, is because once your opponent plays a little Teferi, all your counter spells are dead cards. And if you're playing against a deck that's running something like Rhythm of the Wild, you know, that makes your counter spells a lot less effective. So I think in this meta right now, there's you know, like the reactive stuff, removal is a lot more versatile than
According to plan.
counter spells when there's so much stuff like that going on.
Good help
Channel,
is
then
easy
I'll
to
the
find.
community tab. Mine just showed up the other day. I think I tried that, but I'll go check it out again.
Now what?
They were a lousy servant anyway.
We will meet again. again.
Okay, so yeah, we're just dead here. I think we were dead quite a long time ago, but I'm just gonna go ahead and concede. So we won a few games there. I think that was the only one we lost, but when it comes to matchups like that, it's kind of hard to have a chance. This game turned bad fast. Yeah, yeah, it definitely did turn bad fast. But I hope you'll go back and check the replay because I did win the first couple games. So, and I do like the deck. I'll run through it again real quick here. You know, there's a lot of stuff that you see, maybe run 19 lands. Yeah, you know, the only reason I stuck with the 20 is because Sarkhan's 5 and I'm running 4 Sarkhans. You know, we got like the regular wizards from, you know, your regular red deck, like the Lava Runner and the Pyromancer. I got a couple Arcanists in this version. And then the Planeswalkers to House the Healy. I don't think she really showed a whole lot in this video, but in some of my other games, she's worked really well. There's a couple different things you can do with Saheeli and this deck. You know, you can make a servo, and even if it has summoning sickness, copy a Lava Runner with you can copy the Lava Runner with haste if he's got the haste. You know, you can copy a Dreadheart Arcanist if you have a couple 1-drop spells in your graveyard you want to play. You can make a dragon with Sarkhan and then copy the dragon with your servo and be able to, you know, have an extra dragon for the turn, so that's pretty cool. And you know, just having the 2 other Planeswalkers and having Sarkhan down and being able to swing in with the Planeswalkers is, you know, what you want to do. And kind of the idea of this deck is, you know, mono red is really quick and you can get a lot of wins, but if you don't get the quick win, a lot of times you run into problems. And this is, you know, kind of more of like a mid-rangey red deck, I guess. I mean, you can get quick starts, but also if you don't get the quick win, you have the backup long game of either going wide with the servos or just going over your opponent with your Planeswalkers flying in or with making dragons and flying in. So, you know, I kind of like that. Alright, well, thanks for joining me, all you, and yeah, thanks for streaming. I'm going to charge the phone, work at some thumbnails. Yeah, what did you, if you're still there, Eric, what did you think about the thumbnail for the last video? I thought we did a better job on that one. I really liked it. We've been messing around a bit, and we'll, you know, hopefully be putting out better ones. The one for this one wasn't quite as good as the one from last night, but I want to, you know, just try to improve the content as much as I can. You know, we're doing it little by little. But thank you all for joining us, and remember, opt for greatness.